let's talk about everybody's favorite promotion, WWE.
Yeah, everybody's like, yeah, something I can relate to. Yeah, WWE.
Yeah.
Woo!
Woo!
Comes in. Yeah, I was waiting for talk about WWE a lot right now.
Yeah, so well, first off, since we kind of mentioned this and since it's not really that much old news, let's talk about the WWE's recent releases. So the lineup is Cameron, Hornswoggle, El Torito, Santino, Alex Riley, Damian Sandow, and of course Wade Barrett. Your thoughts on any of this?
Well, to me, most of these weren't surprised to me because I knew they were gonna get rid of. The only one that's a surprise to me is Santino because he was getting off his injury, and I already knew there was rumors going around that he may retire because.
Oh no, he announced retirement back in 2014.
Yeah, so I'm surprised they really. I thought they were at least going to keep him around for like a WWE Network show, like what they did with the Edge and Christian show.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, they also released Lillian Garcia, Christian, and the Brooklyn Brawler.
Oh, they didn't release Lillian Garcia.
They didn't?
That was a rumor produced by the IWC that she does not know where it came from. Basically, what had happened was her father was in the hospital and she took time off to go see him.
Oh, okay.
And people thought that this meant that she was going to get released, but no, it was just vacation time. So she's back in full effect now.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Good to see her back. So, okay. So Lillian Garcia not released. Everybody, false alarm.
But everybody else who said has been released, except Wade Barrett. He didn't resign his contract because apparently there's something he wants to pursue that's not a professional wrestler.
Oh no! I knew that. No, I thought the news was that they released him because he wasn't going to resign.
No, he asked to be released.
Okay, that figures.
So the thing is, he can show up again. We may see him later down the road when he's done doing whatever he's doing. But everybody else got released.
If I'm being honest with you, and I know this isn't going to sound too popular because everybody loves Damian Sandow, and believe me, I'm a fan too. But I think out of this entire lineup, the one who had the most potential, who stood out the most to me, was Wade Barrett, honestly. And it's a shame to me that they didn't push him the way they should have. But, what are you going to do? Honestly, I wish he had become WWE's first British WWE champion. I wish.
Well, what can happen is, unlike the rest of the people that got released, he didn't get completely released. He basically asked to be released. So there's always a chance that he can come back in the future. So this hiatus of him being gone, he can come back, become a main eventer, and then finally win the WWE Heavyweight Championship. We never know.
What's the probability of that?
What's the probability? It could be pretty high actually, because Wade Barrett could come back out of nowhere, receive a huge pop like they did Alberto Del Rio. We never with this era of WWE, we never know what they're gonna do because they're trying hard to get back the hardcore crowd of the pro wrestling for the reason that their ratings were dropping, and as Shane said, they're focused on keeping the WWE around so that it'll last for the next generation and the next generation after that.
Okay. That's good. I'd like to think that, but, given...
Yeah, I just try to stay positive.
Yeah. It's hard to do that given WWE's history with this stuff, though. Matt Hardy was a name that I thought could come back and get a huge push, but never happened. Same with others, but you know what? I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt on this one, at least with this lineup, because I could easily see Damian Sandow and Wade Barrett coming back. Another name I wanted to talk about was Alex Riley. I know he wasn't great. I mean, I'm not gonna say he was the greatest of all time because he's not even in my top 100 probably if I were to make the list that long, But I did like the guy. I enjoyed whenever I saw him. I remember he had a very good match with Miz at Capital Punishment. He got a win over Miz. Yeah, he had a good look to him. I think he was a fairly decent mic skills guy. Honestly, I kind of do wish that he did get at least a little bit more of a push, at least one title or something. But you know, I do hope the best for his future endeavor. I really do hope that, and see where he goes in the indie scenes if he does stick around.
It's reasons like this why I'm glad that they do have indie wrestling, for the fact that not everybody can make it in the WWE. And with indie wrestling, it gives them an opportunity to still put food on the table and get over with a crowd that's into that type, that the indie scene.
Mm-hmm.
So with wrestlers like Damian Sandow, I know he's going to get over with the indie crowd because they already like him, and it's not going to take that much work. It's just, it's just what we're going to want to see what he's going to do with his career. We already know it's going to be good, but we're just waiting to see what he's going to do.
He could be a really big name in the indie scene. Yeah.
And he can.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we know, one of the other big releases from WWE a couple years back was Drew McIntyre / Drew Galloway.
Yes, sir. Look where he's at now.
And look at where he's at now. Not even just TNA World Champion, but he's one of the top wrestlers in the UK right now.
That's a good position to be in.
So we'll see what they do with Sandow, Riley, and whatnot. I do know that Hornswoggle and Zeb Coulter are also signed to Global Force Wrestling along with Damian Sandow. What they're going to do there, I do not know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Hornswoggle is going to have any business doing there, but whatever.
I can see Hornswoggle being a manager, but that's about it.
I mean, I do like Zeb Coulter, though. That's the name I forgot to mention, Zeb Coulter. I like this guy. I liked his character. I hear he was a former wrestler at one point.
Yeah,
so
a long time ago.
Yeah. So honestly, if he's a manager, whatever it is he does, I'm all for it because I like the guy personally. He knows a lot about the business. Oh, that's just really a simple reason, but it's a good reason. What's more to like? So, okay. Since we're talking about released superstars, let's talk about a few superstars that we have yet to have seen, but yet they still have a promised signed deal with WWE. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, which Jordan might, I'm talking about Patrick Clark, ZZ, Amanda, and whoever else from Tough Enough that got signed to WWE. Where are they?
Oh, where are they? Oh, I'm glad you brought this up because I know where they are.
Please elaborate.
All right, so when they all got their WWE deals, everyone but Patrick Clark had wrestling experience. So what they're doing now, first of all the talent.
Wait, everyone but Patrick Clark had wrestling experience?
Yes, he was with MCW, Maryland Championship Wrestling. He was already a wrestler when he got signed to Tough Enough. The only actual.
No, you're saying he didn't have.
No, I saying everybody. No, I meant to reword. I'm sorry. I meant to say everybody but Patrick didn't have wrestling experience.
That's better. Sorry.
His only like even his tag team partner Leo Rush is now signed to Ring of Honor, so both of them have good things going for them now. And with this success, they're saying Maryland Championship Wrestling say they're hoping to get more wrestlers signed in the future. They're going to start like making the promotion like more legitimate more appealing to the casual crowd. But anyway,
I could see Patrick being like the Hobson of the WWE.
the smart that comes out is like I agree with everybody in the crowd.
Yeah, I could see.
So pretty much he's Shane McMahon, Black Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I'm here to save WWE from these whack-ass wrestlers like John Cena and Roman Reigns and whoever else you people hate.
He's gonna bring back Theodore Long and only wrestle white wrestlers.
See, I came back playing for And I brought back the thuggin' and buggin' entertainment because the man is holding this man down. I can see it already. Millions of dollars.
He only wrestles white wrestlers, and he only wrestles in tag team matches. And then he goes, I got one thing for you, player. One thing I haven't done in a long time. You gonna go one-on-one with the Undertaker.
In a 6-man tag match.
This fake, it just has this fake Undertaker come out, just demolishes him. Yeah, as I was about to say, there's a lot of other wrestlers in NXT that aren't on the TV tapings for the fact that Triple H doesn't believe that they're ready to be on TV yet. So ZZ's in training, Sarah Lee's in training, Josh is in training, and Patrick's in training. They're all in training right now. They're doing like, I heard Patrick's doing like house shows and stuff.
Is he?
Yeah, they're probably not going to show up on TV for a long time. I know Patrick might, but not Sarah Lee, ZZ, and they still have a lot of training to do.
Darn, I like.
You watch NXT on a weekly basis, correct?
Yes, I do.
Oh, so you know No Way Jose?
Mm-hmm. No way, Jose. No, yeah, I'm aware.
He was in developmental for a while before they finally put him on TV.
You know what's funny? I saw. It's funny. You know the Apollo Crews video package that they did before they debuted him, where they show him training with somebody.
Yep.
That was No Way Jose working with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because he's been in NXT way longer than a lot of other wrestlers, and he had to watch them get on TV, get called up to Raw and SmackDown while he stayed in developmental. How do you think that felt?
That sucks.
That's why when you see a wrestler like him and the crowd instantly gets over with him, even though he has a crappy gimmick, that means they've seen him with the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've seen him and he's gotten over with them. And now that he's on TV, they're hoping that he succeeds. And I honestly think he can succeed because his gimmick, they're saying that he's like another Adam Rose and Fandango. But he doesn't just come out to dance. He says, I can dance and I can fight.
Yeah, and he's actually proven it. He, like, his first debut match, he was like dancing while wrestling. Like, I remember he did like this Irish whip shit with like a tango move. I mean, I wish I knew dance. I wish I knew dance just to describe this guy's wrestling style. It's like something you'd see out of Tekken.
Yep. It reminds me of Tadarius Thomas in Ring of Honor when he was wrestling while doing capoeira. So mad he didn't get over, but you know that's life.
Like Eddie Gordo.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's that with those wrestlers. And speaking of NXT, since we're on the topic of WWE, do you just want to talk about NXT TakeOver individually, like as a topic, or you want to keep it to the main roster, or what are we doing?
Hey, this is a 2-man show. I figure we can keep it both ways. And personally, I know you want to talk about NXT altogether, so let's talk about the NXT TakeOver. Talk about the lineup.
All right, so based on last week, we can see that they're building up for Shinsuke Nakamura versus Austin Aries.
Mm-hmm. Austin Aries turning heel soon.
Yep, and everybody knows that's his playing field. Like heel Aries is what we know best. And it's like the whole Kevin Owens. He can play both, but we much rather see him as a heel than a face. So that's something I'm looking forward to. Hopefully, we get to finally see him use the Brainbuster, but I highly doubt it.
What has he been using since? Oh, the 450.
That 450 and the rolling elbow, like, cause the 450 is so saturated to me in wrestling now. It's kind of like the new super kick. Like everybody's doing it. I
mean, every year they're gonna have a new saturated move. There's no buts about it. Like they have the crossbody, the super kick, and I guess the 450, as you mentioned right now. I remember that. I mean,
I have nothing wrong with him doing the 450. I just don't see it as a finisher.
Well, not anymore. Now that it's been used by so many people. Yeah, but no. What was I saying? Yeah, I mean, every year they're gonna have an oversaturated move. I remember there was a time, like somewhere in around 2008, everybody was doing a crossface. Like I remember Shawn Michaels and Batista had a match where they both did a crossface on each other at least once in the match, and You know, everybody was doing a crossface at one point. I think with a lot of other moves, I think people were doing atomic drops a lot. You know, it's just one of those things. People are gonna oversaturate moves once every year. It's gonna have that. That's honestly my opinion when it comes to wrestling. It's just one of those inevitable things.
To me, the thing is, I know that you can only do so many holds for a match, but when too many people have the same finisher, that's when it irks me the most.
Yeah.
Because especially when you know that when you've been watching them for years in other promotions and you know that they have another finisher, but they don't want to do it because of they feel like it has a high it has a high chance of injuring the wrestler, even though they've been using this move for years and haven't injured anybody, like such as Seth Rollins' curb stomp.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The Dean Ambrose block driver.
That whole banned move thing in WWE is what killed Solomon Crow's push in NXT, because they wouldn't let him use his submission hold, the death machine, which was like it was kind of like the regal stretch. It was like an inverted regal stretch.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
And they would never let him use it, so they gave him another finisher, which was, I showed it in the Hangouts, which was him doing that springboard splash.
Oh, headbutt.
Yeah, it wasn't even a headbutt. It was a splash, and it looked awful. Yeah, like it didn't. It looked like I could see it being a signature, but not a finisher. Yeah, his push just never got over with the crowd. But he's buzzing in the indie world right now as well, so I'm not really complaining. He's going to be on Lucha Underground Season 3 and whatnot. So good things going for him. But back to the NXT TakeOver. So there's that match. There's going to be Bayley versus Asuka 2.
I can't wait for that match. Lately, I've been getting a lot into women's wrestling since well, I've been seeing a lot of women's wrestling.
Yeah, definitely. Wrestling, if you like women's wrestling, you should look up a wrestling promotion called both. There's Shimmer and then there's Shine, which are the top.
Oh, yeah. Shimmer is where Becky Lynch came from.
And Paige.
Yep. I remember Becky Lynch was a manager at one point.
Because Paige's mom, I think she's still a wrestler.
She's probably retired. Who knows? But
her dad was a wrestler too.
Yeah, comes from a wrestling dynasty.
Pretty nice. But yeah, if you want to see really good women's wrestling, check out Shimmer and Shine.
Oh yeah, I was watching Becky Lynch, which by the way her name was Rebecca Knox back then. Was versus a women's wrestler known as Kisu, I think. I mean, yeah, I have it saved on my PS3. Let me see it. Becky Lynch, which by the way, it was really weird seeing. Oh yeah, it was Kisu. This was GSW Unstoppable. Yeah. By the way, Becky Lynch was so different back then. Yeah.
I know she was a lot skinnier.
Well, you know, it's age. But she looks a lot more fit now. She was skinnier then, fit now. But, yeah.
See. But, yeah, so there's that. Then there's, they just announced today that, I know you don't know who they are, but I know who they are. TMDK, the Mighty Don't Kneel, are debuting.
Those are the world's greatest Australian tag team, as you mentioned.
In all caps.
Hashtag.
But they're changing their name, of course, because that's what WWE does. If you're not relevant enough, you don't get to keep your name. So they let them change their name to they're now known as TM61. It sounds like a ability that you'll learn in a Pokemon game, but I'm not gonna go there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who they're going to be debuting against. Probably Blake and Murphy, based off of the whole thing. Like I feel like they're going to go against them, lose, and then disband as a tag team.
Oh no, I mean, they're already hinting at it, but it kind of looked like they already. Well, Alexa Bliss is gone for sure.
Yeah, Alexa
But
Bliss is gone, and then I feel like after TM 6-1 beats Blake.
by the way,
Yes,
I'm sorry.
go
By
ahead.
the way, I can't help but let this out. The more I'm seeing Alexa Bliss, the more I'm really willing to see her on the main roster. Why is she not on the main roster, but Dana Brooke is?
It's all because of her, Dana Brooks working out. Basically, Vince probably sees her as the female Scott Steiner, so they're gonna put her on there, push her because she's built. He's looking for another Beth Phoenix, pretty much.
I'm sorry, but Beth Phoenix was a good wrestler. Dana Brooke, no disrespect to her, because I've seen a few of her moves. She does stand out, but not in the same light that a Paige or a Charlotte or Becky Lynch or Sasha Banks or whoever.
Well,
I'm sorry, but of the entire women's division that's on WWE right now, even the newcomers like Aaliyah, for example, I like her. Same with Peyton Royce. I'm sorry, there's just more people you could have other
Purrazzo.
Dana, Purrazzo. There's other people you could add instead of Dana Brooke. And honestly, she's not talented like Beth Phoenix was. And here's the thing.
Oh, we just gotta see her put on a 10 to 15 minute match later down the road, which I'm pretty sure is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, if she could outlast that long. And here's the thing, she's coming fresh off injury onto the main roster, so she's had no time to train. And on top of that, she was already, if this wasn't bad now, she was green on NXT, barely knowing anything. She gets injured, still barely knowing anything. So it's not like her being off injury was excusable. It's not the same. Her being there is not the same as her learning enough experience there,
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they have her this long in the company, which is 2 years max, and already she's on the main roster when somebody like who could I mention? Paige was there, has been wrestling since she was 13 and has been with NXT before she got signed, before she got to the main roster. How many years? 2 years? You know this better than I do. How many years?
Repeat that.
How many years has Paige been in NXT before she got called up to the main roster?
She was there it was like a year and a half, 2 years.
A year and a half? Okay. So, you know what? At least Paige had experience prior to being in NXT. Dana Brooke has no experience. So, honestly, it confuses me that she's on the main roster, but not someone like Bayley, not someone like Alexa Bliss, who I've mentioned, or even Asuka. It makes no sense to me, honestly.
Like I said, it's all about who Vince sees potential in and decides to call to the main roster.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point.
Because to him, it's his show, and he does what he wants with it.
Yeah. Can't wait till Triple H takes over, right? No,
Yeah. So
if I
just say
WWE, I'm gonna get buried so much for that.
It's like, yeah. So we heard you like talking crap about what we do. What we do with our script.
Yeah. Let's see.
It's like, here.
Entertaining enough?
Let's see.
Damn it.
Let's see how you write a show. Let's see how you write a show. He gives you the script. You're like, well, I would change this, this, and this, and this. Okay, so we're gonna do none of that, and you're gonna get married.
I can see that working out for you pretty well.
Yeah, we're gonna bury you so hard you're not even gonna make it to TNA.
And man, wait, TN who? They're not gonna acknowledge who TNA is.
Not even children's birthday parties are gonna book you.
Not even high school gyms are gonna book me.
Not even gas stations.
Not even parking lots.
It's like you're just gonna have to give up being a pro wrestler.
That's how bad we're gonna bury you.
Like, I think I know that guy. No, you don't.
Oh boy. Okay.
I mean, why does he have so much dirt on his face? That's because he was married, son.
And okay, hold on. But yeah, man. Honestly, it makes no sense to have Dana Brooke on the roster this early. Even if Vince sees it in that light, I'm sorry, but Vince is wrong. Okay. So
Yep.
going on with it, what were we talking about prior to this?
We're talking about the takeover matches. We're talking about the date. We already covered Bailey versus Asuka, Austin Aries versus Nakamura, the debut of TM61/TMDK.
Oh wait, we didn't cover Bailey versus Asuka. We mentioned it, but then we started talking about other.
Oh yeah, so back to Bailey versus Asuka. I feel like Bailey's gonna lose for obvious reasons. That she's either gonna get called up, or they're just gonna. Yeah, I think it's gonna be she's getting called up, like the way that they called up Sami Zayn.
There was rumors that they're gonna have new additions to the main roster, so it's not unlikely.
For the reason that they made the thing I don't like. It was a decent match, like her losing to Nia Jax, but getting like demolished coming up to a title match. That's why I feel like she's definitely not going to be beating Asuka at TakeOver.
It would make sense. Yeah. Honestly, I just can't wait to see Bayley on the main roster now, and I think the time has come for Bayley to be at the main roster. I mean, I am more than excited to see her feud with Charlotte. I'm more than excited to see her feud with Paige, for example. That right there to me is going to be the ultimate contrast in styles. Paige and Bayley. And if Paige was still the anti-diva, I think that would make it even better because that's even more of a contrast. Even though Bayley isn't a diva, but she does have that fun-loving side, while Paige is more of that dark Raven from Teen Titans type character.
She was until they turned her into a diva.
Yeah, that's why I miss anti-diva Paige. So, yeah.
Oh
man.
Oh well. It'll be a good match to see.
It would be, and honestly, I just can't wait to see her have all these feuds with all these people. My personal favorite, Sasha Banks, everybody's personal favorite. Yeah. So once she gets to the main roster, expect to see great things.
With that, I can't wait for all these new women's wrestlers in NXT when they finally make a name for because they're in that period when Paige and Summer Rae got called up to the main roster, and they started building Sasha Banks, Becky.
They need new names.
So they're starting. I already know they're gonna build Alexa. They're gonna build Alexa Bliss to the top of the roster until she becomes.
Yes.
Then they're gonna build They're gonna build Peyton Royce because they already gave her a gimmick.
Yeah.
They're gonna give. What you're saying?
Aaliyah. I hope Aaliyah.
Yeah,
I like Carmella. I could see her as well. She's very good.
I don't know. They want to build Deonna Purrazzo, but she doesn't have a full-time contract yet. She still has indie contracts.
Oh, okay.
Because she used to wrestle for TNA. So they're trying to get her. So, and then there's Liv Morgan, who they've been giving a lot of interviews for.
Oh yeah, Liv Morgan. I think I saw her versus Carmella. Now I can't remember, but she's good too.
So I feel like they're gonna build all the. It took them a while to start using Alexa Bliss, so I know they're gonna start using these wrestlers.
Yeah, I hope they don't rush it because honestly, they gotta let these girls. They gotta with every superstar, with every wrestler, boy or girl, they gotta let them find their gimmick first, see how it sticks. Just like with Alexa Bliss when before she was heel, when she was doing the bling bling thing and the glitter, glamps, the princess stuff.
I feel like they're gonna do to Asuka what they did to Paige because I remember when Paige was Divas champion, was NXT Women's Champion. Sorry,
They made her relinquish it, right?
they made her relinquish it because she had no competition.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do the same thing to Asuka. She's gonna jump to the main roster with the championship, and she's just gonna relinquish the NXT Women's Champion. Because come on now, who right now, besides Nia Jax, which I hope they don't do, has any potential of looking strong at beating Asuka? Well, making Asuka look strong. Yeah.
Honestly, I don't want to sound like a fanboy, but Alexa Bliss has been beating second and third generation wrestlers. She, out of everybody other than Asuka and Bayley, she's been getting the most wins.
Yeah, but I don't see her taking out Asuka though. I just can't see it.
I could see her going toe to toe and putting on a fight. I can't see her beating Asuka.
Not even going toe to toe. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, I think. Oh man, that's I actually have to agree with you on that one because
I like Alexa.
A nasty heel. Here's the thing: Emma is a good heel. Dana Brooke, she's kind of Emma's back pocket heel, but she's learning from Emma. So listen, Emma put on, I guess, a decent fight, but I think Dana. Wow, I think Alexa Bliss is a nastier heel than Emma was.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think they should at least let Alexa Bliss put on a little more of a fight because I know if she does like that back flick double knees to the ribs of Asuka, or she does that glamour splash, people I guarantee you it's gonna be a near fall that everybody thinks.
That's what I want to see. I want to see her put on a match with Asuka.
That's what I'm saying. And I think
I can see Asuka dropping the belt, then them having a women's tournament for the championship, and I feel like Alexa Bliss is gonna get it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking. Listen, I'm not saying she could go over. I'm saying she could put on a hell of a fight, similar to a Rock versus Cena at 28, where he puts on a hell of a fight, but in the end, the Rock wins. So Asuka in this position is the Rock. She's gonna win, except Alexa Bliss will bring it. We'll put on a hell of a fight, as the Rock would put it. That's how I see it. But, because I know she's a nasty heel, and I guarantee you, one person who sees Alexa Bliss hit that glamour shot, I guarantee you that arena will actually have a second guess thought as to whether or not Alexa Bliss could actually win that title belt. I honestly guarantee you that'll run through somebody's head.
It's like Sasha Banks versus Becky, when people had doubts of Becky for who knows what reason, and then she reminded the crowd that she's been wrestling for years, and she did. Well, personally, it was Creative's fault for giving her that stupid gimmick when she first arrived at NXT.
She had the Irish gimmick, or she would like dance like
that stereotypical gimmick.
Yeah, and then after that, she had it was the pre-steampunk one. It was kind of, that's where she got her hair whip gimmick.
Yeah.
She was kind of like, anything you wanna do. That was her theme song. I don't know. I'm bad at describing things sometimes, but that's kind of an idea of what Becky Lynch was, which honestly, gone.
No, I was pretty much finished.
Okay. Well, anyway, you were making the comparison to that of Asuka versus Alexa Bliss, I think.
Oh yeah. Everybody, well, in a way, people already knew that Becky versus Sasha was going to be a good match.
Oh yeah.
But
I saw it.
That's what I'm saying with Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. They're gonna it's gonna help elevate both of their characters, resonate their characters with the NXT crowd, so that it puts them on a bigger stepping stool than they're already at right now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think that'll be a good career highlight match, in my opinion, for Alexa Bliss if they do it right. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, in a way, they're gonna have to do it because she can't keep feuding with Bailey. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Bailey's gonna go up to the main roster. Plus, other than Alexa Bliss, who's really there to take on Asuka? And honestly, nothing against Nia Jax. Good wrestler for a woman her size, but she cannot do what Alexa Bliss can do in the ring. She doesn't entertain me like Alexa Bliss does.
It's because she's still green and still like trying to get into her character. Like, I feel like in another year, at least she'll finally like find her like groove
Her
and
group.
start putting on a really good match. But right now, she's still like too green to be at the top of the women's division
Yeah.
in NXT.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, man, that's kind of how I see it happening. Alexa Bliss versus Asuka. Alexa Bliss will put on a hell of a fight if they do have that match. Remember, nothing's guaranteed in WWE.
Yep.
You know, Eva Marie, who I hear is improving a lot. I personally don't see it. She's still probably in my
I don't
opinion.
see it.
Yeah, I don't see it either. But I mean, maybe she is. Maybe I'm just letting judgment blind me. I don't know.
I watch her matches with like no ill will or hate or any type of negative intention, and I still can't see it.
Yeah. Honestly, I just don't. Here's the thing. Whenever I see a wrestle nowadays, most of the time it's the Nikki Bella effect, where if she has the momentum, there's a good chance that the other opponent is like not doing anything. Like let's say Nikki Bella will go for an Alabama slam or whatever, or she'll go for just a simple punch. If the other opponent was moving or doing some other thing, like to chain wrestle or whatever, to keep the chemistry going, it'll look sloppy. But if the other opponent was just in stationary position, then it'll look like five stars. Although I'm not saying what she does looks like 5 stars, because
The whole thing about Nikki is I saw her improvement. She started trying new things like doing suicide dives and
I have never
herself
seen her do
her
suicide.
whole yeah, she did it at one point. And her whole her selling, whether it be in the ring or out the ring, was a lot better. The only thing I didn't like with Nikki is they gave her the Cena effect, meaning she dominated her opponent throughout the entire match and didn't allow them to showcase the things that they can do. Either that, or she would get carried the entire match and then come out of nowhere and pull out with the wings. I can't stand those type of matches.
Mm-hmm.
I like a match when both wrestlers get to show off their skills and then get the win.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, I'm not seeing Eva Marie improve. However, you did point my eyes to a lot of improvement when it came to Nikki Bella when you mentioned like many years of 2 years back when you said that Nikki Bella has improved. And I rewatched some stuff recently over myself. Like I saw her match with Paige and AJ Lee at WrestleMania 31. Yeah, you're right. She has improved a lot.
Yeah, see, that's how you know. Like you can tell. I don't. When I watch a wrestling match, I put all my like opinions to the side and just try to enjoy a good wrestling match.
Yeah.
Can't do that with Eva Marie though.
It's hard. It's hard, honestly. But you know what? For the benefit of the doubt, I'll say that. Fuck. I can't say that. I'd be lying to myself. Honestly, I don't see any improvement in her. If I'm being honest with
her, I don't know if they're saving her for like a takeover special or what, but I'm still not seeing it.
Yeah. However, I will give her credit for being in WWE this long. She's been in WWE since 2013. It's been 3 years. I did not expect her to last even 1 year. When I first saw her, I saw nothing in her. I saw she had red hair, and that was cool and all, but I saw nothing in her. And you know what? For 3 years, all right, I'm sold. You truly do like this business. You truly do love this business. Hell. Now let's see you improve. That's all. If Eva Marie would have watched this, which there's little to no chance in hell that she is. Let's say she is. Eva Marie, if you're listening, I give you credit on your passion for the business. Great. But start improving, please. Get somebody to train you, and not just for a publicity stunt like you did with Brian Kendrick. Somebody who will actually train you. Like, listen to Sarah Del Rey if she's the trainer. You know, Sarah Amato. My apologies if I'm saying the name wrong. But
I go with Del Rey.
Del Rey, okay.
That's just because that's what I know her as in England, but, you know.
Okay. Anyway, please take this advice. Please do not have that effect about you that you just only get booed. Please allow yourself some form of reason to be liked other than just being eye candy. Please. It's the same reason it's the same nonsense when Nikki Bella started. Same with Brie Bella. It's the same nonsense when Kelly was in WWE. Please don't be another Kelly. That's all I have to say.
All right. So with that being said, moving on to the main event of NXT TakeOver, which is Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe in a steel cage match.
There's no other matches on the card?
Not yet. They're still in the process of, you know, booking the matches since it's not for.
Oh, okay. So we're going by what's given so far.
Yeah, by what's given.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think of that match?
I think it's pretty obvious who's going to win that one. I don't see Samoa Joe losing that one this early. I just don't.
It's going to be weird seeing a cage at Full Sail University. Why
do you say that?
Do you see how small that venue is?
Yeah, but they had a ladder match there.
That's gonna be. That's a ladder. That's not a cage. How you gonna fit a cage in that arena? It's gonna be so hard moving around in that thing.
Same way they had a ladder in there.
It's a ladder. It's not a cage.
I'm just giving you a hard time, Jordan.
Heck.
I don't know. I guess they're gonna do a thing where it's gonna be small, but really big in height, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of the only conclusion I could come up with.
Like,
and again,
the match is gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird.
No, you just gotta keep in mind that this NXT still is WWE's developmental. They're not meant to be like moving around taking big ass bumps, you know?
True.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm not saying this will be a short match. I'm not saying this won't be as hardcore of a match, but I'm just saying it's developmental still. Remember that.
Now with these, to me, when I see wrestlers like Joe and Balor who've been wrestling for years, I don't see this match as developmental.
That's the purpose of why NXT's televised.
Yeah, this is the first cage match in NXT history, so
I believe
they're gonna try to set some milestones. Yeah, because they wouldn't have waited this long to do a cage match just to have it be a throw-off match. Well, I mean, we already know that Samoa Joe's gonna win, but I feel like Balor's gonna do something in this match. I already know. Let's throw it out. Let's throw out the the elephant in the room that Finn Balor's gonna do a coup de grace off the cage. That's just not gonna happen. We're not gonna see Finn Balor stomp a hole through Samoa Joe's chest. Okay, he may do a crossbody off the cage, but that's about it.
Yeah,
but
that right there could easily break his knees too.
Yeah,
and that could probably kill Samoa Joe. Being that the coup de grace is a dangerous move, dangerous enough to actually break your sternum, which will, as I saw this on What Culture, from what they stated, that the coup de grace could actually kill like the tubes that allow your lungs to breathe. So yeah, they're not going to do that. It's too dangerous of a spot.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that was kind of an obvious one. I guess we could talk about Extreme Rules now. What do you say?
Yep. All right. So, for what match are we going to talk about first?
I should have planned this ahead of time, but here I'm gonna look up the Extreme Rules card and go by that.
I do it based off the top of my head. There's going to be Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler for the pre-show in a no DQ match.
Which, by the way, before we get to that, Emma's injured. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh yeah, I remember that. That's why they've been pushing Dana Brooke in her place. It's kind of like why they're pushing Colin Cassidy while Enzo Amore's injured, so they have something to do with him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been thinking a lot since Emma has been injured, and honestly, I wasn't all for this idea, but it's been said a lot now, and since this could help prevent WWE's injuries, maybe, and I really can't believe I'm saying this, maybe the roster can't really handle a third hour. Maybe they need to stick to 2 hours. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, the reason why NXT won't go to 2 hours is because they don't want to overwork. It's not mainly they don't want to overwork. It's more they don't want to oversaturate roster to the crowd, because if they see the same talent competing every week, Triple H knows that they're gonna get uninterested.
That's the same reason why they don't have them compete in the same week twice or 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. That's another reason. Remember when I was talking about TNA, how the crowd they're used to seeing the same talent every week, so they've been desaturated, so they're not as interested. That's what has also happened with the main roster. How people have been waiting to see AJ Styles and Luke Gallows, Carl Anderson in the main roster. They're finally here, but we're seeing them compete against Roman Reigns and the Usos every single week. Not even just one, but 2 times out of the week on both Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's just people are tired of it.
It gets boring. It gets boring.
It's getting boring seeing the same talent not once but twice out of the week.
Yeah, I remember Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose had a main event match the week after WrestleMania, and it was a hell of a match. But after seeing them so many times compete, it was very, very hard to get into. Like as a fan, remember, we here on PLK, we're not critics, we're fans.
Yep.
So. As a fan, it's just way too hard to get into once you see it way too many times. You know what I mean?
It's reasons like that, like during the whole endless amount of feuds with John Cena and Randy Orton, why I got back in. That's one of the reasons why I started heavily watching indie wrestling, because I was tired of seeing the same fiasco nonsense every week, and I just needed. And I wasn't tired. I was just like burnt out, so I had to find something else to watch.
Okay, so yeah, I think if you I don't know. It's tough when you really see the same competition twice. But since we're talking about competition being shown twice, I think since we haven't really brought it up, but it's been circulating all over other shows and podcasts, let's talk about the brand split idea that everybody either is for or against. So, Jordan, it's time to do some pros and cons. Are you pro brand split or con brand split?
Pro.
Yeah, and so am I. If you don't mind, I'll give my reasons first.
All right.
I think with this one, there's more storylines to come out of it. I know everybody's saying, more talent could be showcased with the brand split. While yes, that is true, I want to see more storylines, more or less, and plus a Universal Champion competing on both shows would bring some intrigue to the title, in my opinion. On top of that, I think for live events, they could do what they do with WWE and NXT. On occasions, they could have some crossover matches, like or interpromotional matches, as they used to call it back in the day. They could have like one wrestler, Randy Orton from SmackDown, could wrestle freaking Kevin Owens from Raw. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking from that perspective. I think it'll be good on ratings and on health. That's how I think of it.
Yeah.
What about you, Jordan? Pros and cons?
The pros is obviously it's more talent can be showcased, since it's not going to be the same talent, oversaturated over and over again like it is now with the club in the bloodline, because it's going to be two groups of talented wrestlers on a roster, two talented rosters on one show. So it's going to be like NXT plus 2 hours gives wrestlers more time to make themselves known, because it's not going to be the same people every week. It's going to be rotations, just like NXT, a group of wrestlers on Raw one week and a group of wrestlers on Raw the next week. Same with SmackDown. So it's going to be a better opportunity for more wrestlers, just like it was in the Ruthless Aggression era. More wrestlers to have free time, more time to get their characters known to the crowd, rather than this era of I say the main roster has more jobbers than any era I've ever seen in the WWE. Haven't you noticed that?
I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but I'd say there's been years where they've had more. Like in 2009, they had a ton of jobbers, but
they had more opportunities to get their characters off. So even if they were jobbers, we at least were able to see them more times out of the week. So we were more familiarized with their character. Like, true. Honestly, we almost never see like Heath Slater, Bo Dallas on TV because there's just no time.
Yeah, that's true.
Now that I mentioned the jobbers, I went back, like dated to back how there was for the golden era, the new generation era, when there wasn't a brand split. It was just the same. There was a large group of jobbers for the reason that they were oversaturating the main eventers, because those are the main attractions, what people want to see. But with the brand split, that's changed, because they have the rotations, they have they have the multiple different titles, because they had the Intercontinental title, the United States title, the Cruiserweight Championship, 2 different Tag Team Championships, the World Heavyweight Championship, WWE Championship, Hardcore Championship, European Championship, Light Heavyweight Championship, and they would just throw away the ones that they didn't need and work with. They just have more to work with then than they do now, all because of the time frame.
Okay,
that's what they should change. Yeah.
Okay, so now I personally, I don't know if this is due to nostalgic reasons or whatever, but I can't really see any cons to having a brand split. However, you're more open-minded than I am when it comes to wrestling-based stuff. So if you can see any cons, please enlighten us.
See any cons with a brand split? The only cons I can see is you won't be able to see feuds between wrestlers that are on 2 different brands. That's the only thing. Like, say if AJ Styles was exclusively to SmackDown and Roman Reigns was exclusively to Raw, like that type of thing. Like, the only time you would be able to see them feud with each other is like one time out of the year for Survivor Series, when they have a Raw versus SmackDown thing like they used to do.
That's true. But even then, I think that would be a double-edged sword, where that'll make the feud more special.
True.
Yeah. Okay, so we came to that. I know. Let's finally get to Extreme Rules and talk about the card. So first match on the card, you mentioned this: Baron Corbin versus Dolph Ziggler.
I feel, after seeing his match with Sheamus on SmackDown, I feel like he actually has a chance at winning this match, especially since there's no DQ.
So do you think he's gonna win like off of a? Do you see him winning cleanly?
I feel like Baron Corbin's gonna come at him with a chair. He's gonna super kick the chair into Baron Corbin's face and then hit him with a zigzag.
Yeah, hopefully that'll be. I'd be fine with any finish, honestly, as long as it's a good match. Yeah.
Unless they do what they did with Austin Aries and he catches Baron slipping, hits him with like a schoolboy or something, and then beats Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin just throws a hissy fit and walks away.
You know, it's funny. They actually did that. I think the pay-per-view prior, Baron Corbin and Ziggler on the pre-show. That'd be a waste of time, honestly.
Mm-hmm. It would make sense why they put it on the pre-show though, which would be even more stupid because that would mean they planned this crap out.
Okay, so nothing really too much to talk about there. Next is the Texas Tornado match. The Usos versus Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
I feel like Gallows and Anderson are going to win.
Yeah, I'd like to think that too. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure who's going to win on this one, honestly. I could see them being fed to the Usos, but I could also see the club winning. Yeah, I honestly don't know.
Cause to me, I feel like they don't want to give the belts back to the Usos just yet, so they're going to use this win to have the Gallows and Anderson jump in and have a feud with the New Day, since the New Day are technically babyface right now.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they never do a babyface versus babyface storyline. Because WWE, Vince is all about good versus evil and whatnot. That's why I feel like they're going to
have the club go in as the heel.
Yeah.
Okay. If I were being honest here, I wouldn't have even had the interaction of the club and AJ Styles, simply because I don't really want AJ Styles as a heel. Like, if I were running the company, I wouldn't have AJ Styles running around as the heel if they had
with all the merchandise he was selling, exactly. I'm surprised they're turning.
Yeah, and really, it's hard to tell that he's even heel. To me, it just seems like he's trying to fight this on his own up until Reigns sucker punched him one time and kept harassing him enough that his friend.
That's why people expect Finn Balor to come up and turn heel as a like secret. Because my friend brought up a good theory on how they're going with there's a guy in the background that we're not telling you about thing between Gallows and Anderson, because keep in mind that they started Bullet Club with Finn Balor before AJ Styles even came to New Japan. So they can have a thing going on, like, if you're not with us all the way, we're gonna get somebody that is, and that man could be Finn Balor. So he goes and has a feud with AJ Styles, like, you destroyed my stable, made it what it's not to be, so we get a heel Balor versus face Styles feud going on.
I can see that.
I hope they do that so that it keeps John Cena away from AJ Styles.
Oh man, yeah. Well, yeah, save that for WrestleMania. If it were up to me, I would save John Cena versus AJ Styles for WrestleMania. Yeah. Which, by the way, shameless plug. I made a WrestleMania 33 dream card. You can check that out on my channel if you want. I'll leave the link below. Sorry. Sorry, but anyway.
I'll give you the views that you so desperately require.
Thank you. Now, yeah. Okay, so getting on to that. Yeah. It's hard to say who would come out of that. I would probably go with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, simply because it's their first pay-per-view, and honestly, I don't see them going out just losing for no reason. They're already looking kind of bad. They're already kind of looking bad as it is.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I do hope your idea does come to fruition. I mean, even though I kind of wanted to see Finn Balor go to the main roster as a face, I mean, only because it'll be weird to see. I feel like he would get the Biggie Langston effect where he would come in as a heel and then be on NXT as a face. It'll just be weird. But I mean, I definitely want to see him feud with AJ Styles sometime down the line.
But if you aren't sold on the heel Balor thing, you just gotta look at his 2-year run in New Japan with the Bullet Club as the Real Rock and Roller, which was kind of like a Nerf Jericho gimmick. That's what heel Balor is way better than face Balor. He's more in your face, smash mouth, and it's just something you got. It's something because we never seen heel Balor in NXT, so a lot of people aren't sold on the whole heel Balor thing. But once it's kind of like Jericho. He can play both the face and the heel, but we much rather see him as the heel.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Balor, this thought just totally popped up in my head. I think they're saving Balor's call up for when Hideo Itami comes and returns, so that way Itami could hold the fort down, so to speak, as the baby face of NXT. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a good question. Let me see. If they get rid of Balor and Itami, I'm thinking, when is Itami supposed to even come back?
Well, I mean, he's been out for a little while now. I know he's been rumored to return soon, but
they may do that because I keep hearing rumors that Nakamura isn't going to stay at NXT much longer because the whole thing that he's like years ahead of most of the talent in terms of experience because, like I said, he was one of the 2 pioneers that helped build New Japan into what it is today. So he's a veteran. He's a veteran in a developmental TV program, which is like showing like really hard especially with his match with Sami Zayn and stuff. He's putting on 5-star matches with everybody he goes against. It's just like he can't stay on NXT for much longer. He's gonna end up going to the main roster.
Okay, that
jumping. So he can't take Balor's place as a top eight because they're gonna need somebody that's gonna be there long term. The feud with all the new talent coming through. And it could have been Apollo Crews, but
he
got called up. Yeah.
In my opinion, it's kind of a mistake because he got caught up early.
Yep.
Yeah, but
and now they don't know what to do with him.
Such is life. Yeah. Okay.
So
I personally do think Hideo Itami has a shot at that.
The only person I can't see is Hideo Itami.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really see anybody else. Okay. So next match on the card is the very first ever Asylum match: Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho.
When I first saw that, like, I couldn't take it seriously with the pot and the mop and the bucket, but knowing Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho, I feel like they're gonna change my mind. I feel like they're gonna do something with all that nonsense up there.
Plus, they have a barbed wire and a fire extinguisher. So. Yep. Yeah.
Like, to me, it looks like a PG version of the Cage of Death match. Instead of glass cages, chairs, and all that other stuff, it's a mop, a bucket, a bunch of other, besides the barbed wire or something. But I feel like it's still going to be a good match regardless because it's Dean Ambrose and Chris Jericho.
Oh yeah, that's just a given. I can honestly see both of these guys coming out the winner. I think Jericho simply for the even Stevens booking that they do sometimes. But I could also see them finally giving something for Ambrose to ride on into his legacy, get his big break because he is getting over, and they have been teasing him as a top star.
Yep.
There's no denying that. I mean, granted, I'm more reassured now because I was worried that they were just gonna leave him out in the shuffle. But now I could see that they want to do something with him, and I hope that they do something with him. And I think this win will be his big break.
I can see him winning this match and then going on a feud with Seth Rollins returning next month, probably, most likely returning next month.
I could see Seth Rollins. Honestly, I want to see Seth Rollins return at either Money in the Bank or the Royal Rumble. I don't want to see him in the title picture up until the Royal Rumble. I want to see him return it at Money in the Bank in the summer, of course. But I want to see him return as a face. That way he could reunite with the Shield or whatever. Unless Roman Reigns is a heel, which chances are they'll do.
I already told you guys I'm not a good guy. I'm not a bad guy, but now I'm a bad guy.
He's more or less a tweener now. I think that's the closest we'll get to seeing a heel Reigns at this point. Yeah. By the way, he's not turning heel, you guys watching, and part of this is your fault because you guys react to him way too freaking much. You gave him the Cena effect, and I hate to sound harsh here, but it's true. I think if you guys, instead of reacting to Roman with the dueling chants, like, let's go Roman, Roman sucks, how about do what they do at NXT, where let's say it's Sasha Banks and Bayley, so let's go Sasha, Bayley. You know what I mean?
See, it's a lot easier with NXT because it's a younger crowd that thinks alike, and they put over who they want to put over. Like the casual crowd is much different. That's like Vince knows. It's like controlling sheep for with a herd. Like he's like the shepherd.
But this is also the smart crowd that does this too. This crap that chanting that Roman sucks is somehow gonna dethrone him off of WWE's top stars to be list. You know.
But the whole thing with the main roster is it really doesn't matter what the crowd does. Vince is gonna do what he wants to do anyway. That's the whole point of the main roster.
Right, but it's like you said one time. WWE rides off of reaction, correct?
Yeah, but with specific wrestlers, but with wrestlers such as Roman Reigns, that they're gonna push through the moon anyway, regardless of what we're gonna do, they're gonna push them through the moon.
Okay, well, actually, you got me there. That's actually a moot point. I can't debate that. Yeah, this is why they call you the wrestling fanatic. Okay, so yeah. I think to some extent we are responsible for this nonsense of Roman Reigns not getting over.
I feel like we did Roman Reigns justice by at least, even though they're gonna continue to shove him down our throats.
Yeah. I was gonna say we brought out at least the smug side of Roman Reigns, which was the only good in it. But you know what? Booing the guy just isn't going to do anything. Neither is cheering the guy. You know, go for the other guy. Don't react when he comes out. What more is there to say? I mean, if I don't like a song, I don't react to it. Even though I may have it stuck in my head for days. Thank you, Jordan, for bringing that stupid Panda song to my attention, by the way. Which now I'm contradicting myself. But anyway. Anyway.
And credit card and scanner. Something. Legacy.
Anyway, normally I don't react to things I don't like. Unless it really pisses me off to an extent. I mean, when I mentioned the song, that was just for jokes, really. But anyway. Yeah.
Panda.
You guys kept booing him so much. Now WWE's riding so much off of the wave of negativity like they do Cena and Hogan. Now you have Roman, Cena, Hogan.
The sad part is Vince knows that if the smart crowd gives zero reaction, that just leaves the casual crowd who basically cheers whoever he wants them to cheer. So if they stay quiet and they cheer, they're just going to end up becoming Hogan regardless of what they say. So at least if they voice their opinion, there's a chance that he'll change their character in the future. If the smart crowd didn't boo Roman Reigns, we would have still been hearing suffering succotash promos to this day.
Yeah, again, you got me.
That's the whole problem with because they tried that with Eva Marie. Somebody even brought a book to the
yeah, I heard about that. The guy was reading a book as Eva Marie was wrestling. You can't make that shit up. That's too funny.
The sad part is, regardless of what they do, they're gonna do what they want to do with the wrestler.
Yeah,
that's the sad part.
It is
show business. So you just gotta cross your fingers and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's really it.
It's all that politics. That's reasons why wrestlers like the Young Bucks they're the only wrestler I know that turned down WWE offers for the reason that they don't want to deal with the politics.
Yeah, that's the same reason CM Punk left.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's gone.
So it's either you conform to what they're doing or you just leave.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sad to say.
And it sucks because it's like, as much as you'd like to think that one of your favorite stars, i.e. Ambrose, i.e. Becky Lynch, and these are my opinions, right? I'm just using these two as examples. It sucks when you know that they're not going to go over a guy. Like, I was prepared to do a podcast and put a stipulation, and I forgot what the stipulation was. But I remember that if Ambrose doesn't win, Lynch doesn't win, and AJ Styles and I think some other match. No, actually it was just Styles, Ambrose, and Becky Lynch. If either of those three win, I would stop doing the podcast Legend Killers thing for a year. That was going to be the stipulation, I think. I don't remember. But I thought nah, because I realized one of those three are going to at least win. And here's the funny thing about it. None of them won.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how much it kills me inside when I watch this stuff. Because no matter what, the politics will get to you eventually. You just can't, how should I put it? You just can't expect magic no matter how much you voice your opinion. I mean, you can, but you have to have somebody in there like fighting into it, somebody in the business actually politicking their way in that spot. Like, when CM Punk spoke the voice of the voiceless, boy, prior to that, did we think it was end of the road for WWE?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, it's just...
Yeah, that's why when it comes to WWE, I tend to just do what I forgot which wrestler said this. It was recent too. He said with when it comes to WWE, you just gotta shut up and enjoy the show. Mainly for the reason that Vince isn't gonna really listen to you anyway because it's his show and he's gonna do what he wants with it.
That's true.
What I do is I do just that. That's why when when we're watching the pay-per-view, David's going off raging on what they should do or he's not gonna watch or and stuff like that. People rage. I just laugh and go along because I know that this is how it is and this is how it's gonna be for a long time. Either until Vince retires or something or something else happens to him. That's why I watch multiple wrestling promotions. So if I don't like what's going on here, I'll just go watch something else. That's how it is.
I agree. It's just like you sound so similar to my situation with Josh, who constantly rages about WWE's product. When he said Sting got buried by Triple H at WrestleMania, I was so floored at that statement. Like, he didn't even enjoy the fact that Sting was at WrestleMania.
Yes, Sting was at WrestleMania.
He did enjoy the match. He did enjoy all that stuff. But, he literally let that moment ruin Sting's entire position in WWE because of that.
To me, if the wrestler enjoyed it, I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And honestly, as a wrestling fan, I enjoyed the match. I mean, I didn't agree with it, but I enjoyed the match itself.
I had a nostalgia trip in that match.
Did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
with the whole
of course.
NWO with DX.
Of course. Actually, yeah. Yeah, I actually agree with you. I could actually see why, yeah. Now looking back at it, I could see why. But yeah, man, I totally agree with you on that. Just shut up and enjoy the show. And if you don't like it, then watch another product. That's true.
That's why I seen a post because I'm a fan of many pages on the internet, be it Twitter, Facebook. I'm gonna share it on the Hangouts call. It's promote what you love, not what you hate. So
is there a way you can like
yeah.
promote that to everybody? Like what? Well, I mean, there's no watching right now. There was a viewer earlier, but is there any way you could promote that to like the main chat so like everybody who might tune in later could watch that?
I'm gonna put it on. I can throw it on since this is like the tapings and whatnot. I can when I edit it, I'm gonna probably throw it up on
Like
the screen. But nah, I'm gonna probably post it on the Facebook page and the Google Plus page as well.
Okay, that
So
works.
people can see it. Yeah. Promote what you love, not what you hate.
Yeah, that right there is a symbolism of truth right there, because that was actually the point I was trying to make with the Roman Reigns situation.
Yeah.
You know, go for the other guy that you like. You know, when you see a Dean Ambrose guy come out, do as I do, cheer him on. And you see Becky Lynch or, you know, Sasha Banks, the internet darling. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to get that flack from everybody. I mean, it's true. She's an internet darling, but I don't want to get that flag. I just don't. I don't need it just for voicing my opinion. But no, yeah, man. Yeah, just go for who you like. You know what I mean? Go for a Becky Lynch. Go for Dean Ambrose. Go for Sasha Banks. Go for whoever the hell you like. Even if it's Roman Reigns, go for him. I don't care. You know, just go for who you like, not for who you don't.
All right. So we covered well, we were covering Luke Gallows and
We covered Ambrose versus Chris Jericho.
Yeah, Ambrose versus Chris Jericho.
Okay, so the next match is the New Day versus the Vaudevillains.
I don't feel like the Vaudevillains are gonna win.
I don't either.
I feel like
I would like.
Yeah, they wanted Enzo and Cass to win, but obviously Enzo got injured, so.
Yeah, I like the Vaudevillains though. I think they're a good tag team, honestly. Oh well. All right. Next is the WWE United States title match, Kalisto versus Rusev.
I feel like they're gonna give it back to Rusev, mainly for the reason that Cena's coming back, and they may use that as his warm-up feud.
I would like to think that Rusev's coming back also with the win on this one.
Yeah.
Simply to build him up as a top star.
Again,
yeah. That's the only reason I could draw Rusev coming out. Not only that, it's reported that Kalisto's injured, so you know he could be taking some time off afterwards. Which, by the way, they need to reduce some live events, or you know, take away that second hour, do something. You know that injury problem's getting way too bad now.
Yep,
and it's been bad. Yeah. So, all right. Finally, we get on to the stipulation, including the women's title match. Charlotte versus Natalya. Now, winner of this bet, to all 0 viewers of you watching this, and probably more down the road. Anyway, the stipulation is, the prize. Let me give the prize. First off, the prize is not money, but something way more valuable than that. That is respect. That is respect. Yes.
That's spelled R-E-S-P-E-K, people. Don't listen to the dictionary. Respect.
Yeah, don't listen to the song. Listen to Birdman. Anyway.
Put some respect on this podcast.
Yeah. Not only respect, but also leadership rights. So, winner gets to call the shots for 1 month. All right.
And when I win, I'm gonna make the PLK great again.
Actually, it's make Eduardo great again, but good.
I'm gonna make everything great again. I'm gonna make David great again. I'm gonna make Crime great. Well, he was never great, so.
Okay. All right. So, if you're wondering, the stipulation is I'm going for if Charlotte wins, yeah, Jordan takes calls the shots on Podcast Legend Killers for 1 month. If I win, I call the shots, or if Natalia wins, I call the shots for 1 month. And that's how it is, because that's how I roll, as Christian Cage would put it. Now,
see, that's reason number one where you're gonna lose, because you just quoted Christian.
Now, Christian Cage was an
Same
epic
person. It doesn't matter.
Okay, anyway, Natalia will win. I honestly see it. 3rd time's a charm. I see it happening.
It ain't gonna happen, and I'm gonna get my leadership rights. I'm gonna.
Yes, they do want some. They don't want none of Natalia losing to Charlotte. They don't want none.
When I win, I will use all my authority on this podcast.
Well, you know what? Just prepare to respect my authority. Just a little heads up. Anyway,
I'm gonna say every episode, prepare for trouble and make it double, to protect the world from devastation, to unite all people within our nations, to denounce the evils of truth and love, to extend our reach from the stars above. Join the Wrestling Fanatic and join the Wrestling Fanatic. Team Rocket. You know the rest.
Eduardo, that's right. Filling in for Meowth. But yeah, as Natalia will win, it's going to be a shame what you're going to have to go through.
Oh, is it now?
Be a shame. Yeah, you're going to cry at how much I will put you through.
You're going to make Jordan the Wrestling Fanatic great again?
Yeah. Oh, you bet your ass I'm going to make you great again. I'm going to make you perfect. To quote Kurt Angle, you are a boy and I am a man. And in a man's world, I love to play with boys. Wait, that
I need an adult. Wait, I am an adult.
And I like how I said that, and I'm like 2 years younger than you. Anyway,
but
okay.
if you've seen me, you wouldn't be able to tell my age. I look the same age as you.
Really?
Yes, I look good for my age.
You look good for your age, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Young boy.
I look better than I ever did for my age. I'll tell you something. Doing wrestling not only has allowed me to have a big ass respect for the business.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, when you do wrestling, it'll open a lot of it'll open your eyes a lot to how hard they go in the ring. Trust me. And this isn't even pro wrestling. This is just folk style wrestling.
Yep.
But yeah, not only has it done that, and I'll get to that. It also helps me. It's also helped me feel more athletic, better, and just younger. I remember before I did wrestling, a year before, somebody told me I look like a 40-year-old man, and now I look like a teenager again. So if I ever did look like a teenager, that is.
Well, to me, when I always wanted to, for 2 years now, I always had the dream of becoming a professional wrestler. So one day I was just like, I'm gonna start working out. After 2 years, I never looked back. I kept exercising, and I just feel better. Like I don't wake up sluggish. I can just kick up and wake up in the morning.
Yep.
And
I've been wanting to be a pro wrestler since I was 7.
Mm-hmm.
And granted, I've done other things for getting that dream, but now this is a commitment similar to Jordan. I also want to be a pro wrestler. Yep.
So hopefully this summer I'll have the money. I'm gonna stop by. I'm mainly what I'm waiting for is to get my driver's license so I can actually drive up there instead of having to rely on somebody to go there day in and day out. But if I have to, like, I'll do what I do and just
I
ask a
want to
friend
get
to
my.
bring me up.
I want to start getting my. I want to start going to the DMV now, which
Yeah.
I hope I get to start doing sometime in the summer. Who knows? Yeah, just get it out the way, and then by the time college rolls by, I'll be able to drive and stuff. And yeah. Anyway, going on.
Hopefully, I am able to go there, check them out, and then possibly get a membership there so I can start pursuing my dream.
Yeah, I'm with you. Now, that being said, after Natalia's won against Charlotte, we have the main event, which is Roman Reigns versus AJ Styles.
Sadly, I feel like Roman Reigns is going to win again.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. However, I feel like the club might turn on him.
If they do, I feel like that's either Roman Reigns is going to win or the match is going to end in disqualification.
Yeah, I just don't think.
Oh wait, it's an Extreme
No,
Rules
it's an
match.
Extreme Rules match. How is it going to end in disqualification?
See?
No.
I'm still going to make this podcast great again.
Okay.
If I was in charge, there would be no botches like that.
Okay. Now, as I was saying, I think. Great, Jordan. You and your botch made me lose track of thought. Anyway.
Welcome to Sin Cara's world.
Oh boy. Oh wow, it's 8:30 already. We started.
I'm gonna split this into 2 different episodes.
All right. Okay.
For viewing purposes, because nobody's gonna want to watch it. What is this? 2 hours?
It's 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm gonna split it between 2.
Okay.
Yes.
You might as well give me one of them then.
Well, you're the one that's doing it, so it's automatically gonna upload. I'm probably just gonna put it in private and then download it, edit it, and re-upload them.
That's true. All right. So, yeah, as we were saying, I could see them turning on AJ Styles simply for the fact that I don't think AJ Styles is, even though WWE has stated them as a heel, according to you, I don't think they're pulling all the way with him as a heel. I think just for the sake of this storyline, he is a heel, but he's gonna go right back to face after it's over. That's how I think it.
This is what I picture going on Sunday. I can see them interfering in the match, taking out attacking Roman Reigns. The Usos come out, obviously. They take out the Usos. Roman Reigns is down for the count, and then they give AJ Styles a chair or something to pull the trigger. They're gonna want him to do something. And AJ Styles isn't gonna pull the trigger. He's gonna put it down and say, "I don't need it," and that's when they're gonna attack him.
Okay. That does seem likely since they kind of done that with him lately. Like he's been denying them the chair, the how should I put it? The symbolical chair. That's the word I'm looking for.
Like he used it before, but he was just angry. I think this time he's gonna do it again. Like I don't need this to beat him.
Yeah. And yeah, if he does lose this feud, hopefully he does get another title shot down the line and actually wins the title down the line.
What David predicted is he feels like AJ Styles is gonna win the championship at Money in the Bank.
No.
Why I don't know. That's his opinion. I'm not gonna argue against it. Actually, I am gonna argue against it. I don't see why Money in the Bank of all pay-per-views he's gonna win it, because titles usually don't change hands at Money in the Bank because it's all about winning the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah. Other than 2011 Money in the Bank, I don't think it really changed hands. Oh no, it was the year prior, but that was the World Heavyweight title, not the WWE title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't see it changing hands at Money in the Bank. I don't see.
Unless they want to make Money in the Bank one of the big five now. They want to have 5 major pay-per-views, and I could see it, I guess. But no, I don't. I don't think that's what they're gonna do. Just me.
Same here. Same here.
Okay, so yeah, thank you guys for tuning into this podcast. That one tuned in earlier when you were talking about TNA. Ironically enough, you know,
this is why we need to start talking about more things.
Yeah, ironically enough, you're the same person saying that nobody gives a rat's ass about TNA, and now the one viewer that we had was when you were talking about TNA the entire time, and not one time after that since we got onto WWE. Wow.
The thing is, everybody, WWE is the mecca, the NFL, the NBA of pro wrestling. So everybody sees it coming. A lot of people have the same speculations and whatnot. But there's always that one person like that wants to know more about the sport of pro wrestling. So that's what my job is.
That's good. There's a reason you're called the wrestling fanatic, and with good reason.
That is true.
Yeah. So, that being said, I think it's fair to say we're closing out this podcast. I am I am the loose cannon, Eddie Lynch, joined by your co-host, J.K. Smiles. Just kidding. The Urban Outlaw, Johnny Vega, a.k.a. Jordan the Wrestling Fanatic, a.k.a. Jay White, a.k.a. Jordan Manyfield, a.k.a. Eduardo's Podcast Legend Killers partner.
I am the names.
Yes, he is. I am a man of much charisma. By Christian.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to check into our later podcast. Be sure to check out our Facebook page, which we don't really post that much stuff to, but maybe if we get some members,
yes,
we'll actually start posting more stuff. So be sure to favorite, like, and subscribe, and get our names out there.
Yes, you could talk to me on Twitter. You could talk to me by email. If you guys have any questions, we will gladly answer them on the podcast. You know, you guys are the reasons we're doing this. Whenever we do this, anyway.
Another thing, I seen that Eddie and Crime got a new YouTube channel coming out called Pipe Squad, where they'll be posting tributes.
Tribute videos, I believe countdown videos.
We can also put reaction videos on there too. Like, say if there's a promo, like we can watch those and have a reaction to it.
Okay. Hopefully not like Jinx and all them. Just like Fine Brothers type reaction videos.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be good. Yeah. See, we're already in talks, and we're even negotiating live for the fans. See how that goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And me and David also went into talking about another channel called PLK Gaming, where we upload our gaming videos and have commentary over them.
Sounds good. It'll be just like oh, by the way, another plug. Jordan's Pixel Health Gaming. Check out that channel as well. Check out Multi-Generational Wrestling, which, if you don't know, that's my stop motion channel. On this channel right now, this isn't the Podcast Legend Killers channel, but this is my newest main channel, which is the Eduardo Betancourt channel, Eddie Lynch. Email me at eddylynch16@gmail.com for anything you guys want answered, or even insight. After that,
was it your old channel that got taken down, or was it the PLK channel?
It was my old channel, which, by the way, I said I was gonna give it a week's prior, before to get everybody settled in to my new channel, and then delete that one. But I see I still have it up. My old podcasting videos with Josh, I still need to get those taken out and saved to a similar place. Hopefully, more than likely, you'll see all those Roadblock live reactions, the more than likely you'll see those videos on the Podcast Legend Killers channel if it's all the same with you, Jordan.
Right.
Yeah, but hopefully edited and worked correctly. I wish I still had the Royal Rumble live reaction because that was fun. That was really fun.
There's always more opportunities for this year.
Yeah.
So
hopefully the next Royal Rumble we don't get that video taken down, and we have a good time just like last time. So yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. PLK.
Yeah. Hope you enjoyed all the plugs. Hope you enjoyed all the topics. Hope you enjoyed the jokes, the topics, the insights, everything, and their mother was brought to this particular video. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Jordan, last words?
Trying to think of something to say. Just go with Jordan Wrestling Fanatic out.
All right, and remember, Jordan is thirsty for likes, so get on it.
All right, we can end it now.
All right, cool. Because I think I was kind of dragging it. Oh well. All right, and we are no longer live, I think.
Okay.
Oh no.
So